Hi, Dezz Asante here from the Tech Muse Academy with another mixlessons.com video quick tip for you today. This one actually has a little bit less to do with mixing and a little bit more to do with the gear that you use to do your mixing work with. This is again another question that I stumbled upon concerning computer maintenance. And I'll just read it out for you. It says, I just got notified from Apple that some iMacs with 1 terabyte Seagate hard drives have a known defect. So I'm hoping to clone my drive to an external and hoping that will work and prevent 20 hours of reinstalling the operating system, logic, my plugins, and so on and so forth. Then when Apple replaces the drive, I can just clone the external back to the internal drive. Anyone had to do this? If so, are there any issues and how is it done? So the way, being a Mac user, you have an advantage there in that there is a ready solution that's also free that you can use to accomplish a task like this. Now, in this specific situation, gentleman wanted to clone his drive because he was anticipating having to replace his drive. But this is something that you should also consider doing just as part of your backup strategy. For those of you who followed me for a while, you know that I'm very, very big on making sure you have a stringent and effective backup strategy in place, because especially if you do this kind of work for a living or even just semi-professionally, your data is your product. It's the thing that you're charging for your clients for. So you want to make sure that you're well backed up. And the way I do it on the Mac is I use a program called Carbon Copy Cloner. I'll pull it on the screen so you can see what it looks like. Carbon Copy Cloner is free and it's very, very simple. All you do is you select your main hard drive here. There's my Snow Leopard drive. I select the drive I want to copy it over to and I hit clone. That's it. This will make a bootable clone level, like block level clone of my entire system drive and save it in another location on another physical drive. And when I say bootable, I mean if your main drive failed, it's sparks and smoke coming off of it, you could take it right out of the computer, still restart your computer and choose your clone drive and boot right back up to your desktop as if nothing happened. This allows you, well, two things. Obviously, the one is to back up your system. So in the event of a drive failure or anything like that, you have a complete backup. But also it helps you to avoid downtime. If your drive does fail and you're in the midst of a session, you can just boot to your backup drive, carry on, get the work done, head out to the computer shop when you have an opportunity and replace that drive. So Carbon Copy Cloner is how it's done on the Mac. There's another product called Super Duper, which is also apparently very good on the Mac. I believe there is a small cost to that. And for you Windows users out there, the product that I used to use when I was running my system off of Windows is by Acronis, and it's called True Image. This will also allow you to do a block level clone of your system. It's very easy, it's quite painless, and it's well worth the small amount of time spent to set that up, just for the peace of mind and the rescue in an event that something dramatic did happen to your system. If you're interested in learning more about some of the alternative options for backup, both local backup like we're discussing here and cloud-based backup where you're actually uploading files to an online server, which is a great way to back up because your whole house could blow up and you can still get your data back from the servers. Head on over to studiobackup.com. I've put that site together just as a resource for people to check out some of the different options for both Windows and Mac, both online and offline backup services. So that's studiobackup.com, and we'll see you on the next quick tip.